Death's hour at 10:15 p.m. The shot that changed history. History doesn't always change on battlefields. Sometimes it changes in a theater. On the evening of April 14, 1865, Washington breathed easier than it had in years. The war was over. The Union was preserved, and for the first time in 4 long years, Abraham Lincoln allowed himself to rest. The final moment of peace. Inside Ford's Theater, laughter rolled through the hall as the comedy Our American Cousin played on stage. High above the crowd, in the presidential box, Lincoln sat beside his wife, Mary Todd. Warm gaslight softened his familiar, weathered face, a face shaped by loss, sacrifice, and the crushing weight of a nation at war. Mary's hand rested gently on his arm. For a brief moment, the burden was gone. For a brief moment, there was peace. Behind them, a door opened quietly. Neither of them noticed the figure stepping into the shadows of the box. Neither sensed that history was about to turn. 10:15 p.m. The laughter stopped. John Wilkes Booth raised a small .44 caliber Derringer. One shot rang out. The bullet struck the back of Lincoln's head. He slumped forward instantly, unconscious, mortally wounded. For a single heartbeat, the theater fell silent, as if the world itself had frozen. Then, movement, a leap. Booth vaulted from the box to the stage below, his voice cutting through the shock. Sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants. Smoke lingered in the air. Screams tore through the audience. The President of the United States lay dying. And in that single, irreversible moment, the life of the great emancipator began to slip away. The assassin's escape. Booth had spent his life on stage. Now he played his final role. As he landed, his spur caught the bunting. His leg snapped beneath him. The pain was blinding, but adrenaline pushed him forward. Limping, yet relentless, Booth crossed the stage and vanished through the back door. In the darkness outside, a horse waited. Despite his broken leg, he mounted and rode into the night. The man once greeted with applause had become the most hunted figure in America. A nation in shock. The news spread with terrifying speed. Telegraph wires carried a message no one wanted to believe. President Lincoln has been shot. Crowds filled the gaslit streets of Washington. Newspapers were read aloud. Faces drained of color. Many wept openly. Just days earlier, the nation had celebrated victory. Now, church bells tolled in mourning. A country already scarred by war was struck by a grief beyond words. Lincoln was more than a president. He was unity. He was restraint. He was hope. And now he was gone. The legacy of that single shot. Abraham Lincoln died the following morning. That single bullet did more than end a life. It reshaped the course of American history. His death made him a martyr for freedom and union. Reconstruction would follow a harsher path. The nation's wounds would take longer to heal. Yet his words endured. His vision endured. Today, Lincoln sits in silent reflection at his memorial. Visitors stand beneath the towering statue, reading words carved into stone. words of mercy, justice, and humanity. The shot fired at 10:15 p.m. still echoes through time. Because the great emancipator's final lesson was not how to rule, but how to be remembered.